So it's DLC day, and according to the fact sheets, there was only 4 pieces of equipment, but actually, we've got 8. So first up in this Oxbo DLC pack is the AT4103. Now you're going to be finding this under slurry tanks in the vehicle category. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Obviously that front wheel spins right round. That's ace. Makes it very manoeuvrable. 400 horsepower engine, 24 mph top speed, 16,000 litre capacity, 12 mph working speed. Now there is no working width on that one, and we'll come back to that in a minute. 382.5 grand to buy. You then got the second version. Yeah, there's only 4 vehicles in, well, there's only 4 things in this pack, but there's a couple of versions on each. So you then got the DNMS. Same vehicle, you just manure spreader on the back, 18,000 litre capacity again, same price. You have got the option on tyres, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Mitas, and then back to Trelleborg. But obviously, you want to do the manure, you want to do the slurry. You go for whichever one you want. Now, so we've got these two here, the slurry tank version and the manure spreader version. Now the manure spreader, that'll work all on its own, not a problem. The slurry tanker, a little bit different. You're going to need one of these, something to go on the back. Now obviously it's got that attachment just there for you. So if you're going to go for something like this, there is a couple that have got like the really long arms that come down the side. You can sort of get it hooked up. It's not the best, and it's a bit fiddly when you're trying to get unhooked. So we've gone for this one. Obviously there's various different ones that we'll use. You pick whichever one you think is more suitable. So you go up to it like that, and then you just hook it up like that. Now if you're on the tractor vehicle, whatever you want to call it, if you wanted to go down the more realistic route, the more immersive version, if you do L, B and A, it's going to unfold the pipe, and obviously you line it up with whatever tank you're using, that sort of thing, and you know, just fill it up that way. Fair enough, you just go for whatever one you want. If you're going for the non-realistic way, obviously just pull it up by the side and then fill it up, away you go. So we'll unfold the back bit like that, and once that's unfolded we'll get cracking. Got slurry in the back of this one. There we are. So then we just get it in position, turn it on, lower it down, and then away we go. Putting slurry down, no problem. Now you have got the option of turn double application on. Obviously that's going to slow it down to half the speed, so you're chucking twice as much liquid poo down. Oh dear. Oh, that's ace. I like that, man. I mean, look how fast that turns. It's like in a small circle. That probably turns better than my car does. Oh, that's ace. So we'll park this up and we'll get into the manure spreader version. Hey, that's a big heavy thing. It's going to take a while to slow down. So, same thing again. Turn it on. You need to unfold it. Obviously, that's going to open up the chute at the back. And then, you don't need to attach anything to this. Get into position. Turn it on. And then away you go. Chucking out some solid poo. Dear. Oh, I like that though. I mean, is that the first self-propelled manure spreader in the game? I think it is. Oh, ace. Right, so next up is the second vehicle in this pack, the AT5105, 550 horsepower engine, 24 mph top speed, 25,000 litre capacity, so a little bit bigger than the previous one, and it's got a 12 mph working speed, 480 grand. It's nearly $500,000, that's expensive. And you've got the option of the liquid tank or the solid tank, so you can do slurry, digestate, and you can also do manure. Now also, with these two, you can do the separated manure if you've got the pumps and hoses DLC. Interesting. You then got the usual Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Mitas, and then back to Trelleborg, so same as the previous one. It's alright though, slightly bigger version. And then we'll get out to it like that. So same thing applies as before. So with the slurry tanker, you will need to hook it up to some sort of distribution system on the back. This one doesn't turn as quickly as the previous one, but you have got the steering axles on the back there. So obviously, depending on what you got on the back. Oh no, I've dropped it off already. Depending on what you got on the back of this one, obviously depends on the working with, so it's going to work exactly the same. And if you have it on the vehicle, tanker, whatever you want to call it, you can fill it up more realistically than just pulling up by the side and hitting fill. Entirely up to you. So once it's all unloaded like that, we'll just turn it on, lower it down, exactly the same as before. You can have double distribution if you wanted to. There we are. Chucking double poo. Double poo going down all at the same time. Oh, that's ace. And then again, exactly the same thing with the manure spreader. So the same sort of turning axles on the back. And again, it's going to spread it the same as before. So we just open it off like that. Opens up that chute at the back. Spin it around. Turn it on. And then away you go. Spreading the stuff. Oh, that's ace. I mean, obviously it's bigger than the previous one, but that just looks awesome. Love it. Right, next up from Oxbo is a grape harvester stroke sprayer stroke another harvester all in one vehicle-ish. Technically, it's going to be the 6030 found under grape technology, 164 horsepower engine, 18-mile-an-hour top speed, 3,100 litre capacity on the harvester version. It's got 4-mile-an-hour working speed, 215 grand to buy base, 30 grand extra if you want the harvester version. You can then change it up to the overloading harvester, puts an auger on the side rather than having the tanks, or you can have the multi-row sprayer. So the overloading version adds 20 grand to the base price, and the base one is the sprayer itself. And they've all got Trelleborg, Mitas, Vredestein, or back to Trelleborg on the tyre setups. Obviously, the sprayer's got a 3,400 litre capacity on the tank, and then the overloader has got no capacity because it chucks it straight out the side. Fair enough. So we've got the harvester here first, so we're going to jump in there like that, turn it on. We've got some grapes ready to go, so we'll just LB and A, unfold it. So we'll go through its animation like that. And once you get into position, there we are. So we'll do LB and X, turn it on, then away we go. Oh, we're harvesting grapes for an Oxbo. Now it's not going up straight away because it has got to go through all its different belts and chutes, and then once it actually gets into the hopper itself, that's when the literage goes up. So there you are. So we're now sort of halfway down this row, and then it started going in. So once we get to the end of this row, we'll stop and you'll see the literage still carry on going up. There we are. So no more harvesting, and it's still going up. Fair enough. I like that. It's got a, you know, because it's not harvested and then done straight away and then it's in your hopper. You got to wait for it to go through all the different chutes and belts and stuff. That's ace. That's another little nod to the immersion. I like that. So we just come up to it like that. Once you're ready to unload, you just pull up by the side of a trailer, RB and Y, unloads it all. I mean, there wasn't a lot in there anyway, but alright, fair enough. That's ace. We'll have a little, yeah, I like it. I mean, Oxbo grape harvester. Then we've got the second version, the one with the auger on the side. So what you got with that, that's only different, is going to be your pipe out. Fair enough. You unfold it like normal, raises itself up, you then turn it on, and then away you go. Obviously, this is going to be more centered for the multiplayer, so you've got somebody, you know, running alongside doing a bit of carting work for you, because obviously where's the grapes going to go once it's unloaded? Fair enough. And you have got the option to maneuver it like that if you wanted to get a little bit of an extra. We'll go get me tractor. There we are. So you got a little bit of extra options on the pipe. So if you had your mate on a multiplayer, or you know, something that you're playing with, unfortunately it doesn't allow you to hire a work on the grapes, mind you, which is a bit of a shame. But you come along like that, and obviously it's going to chuck it in there. You'd drive along here, your mate in the harvester, or vice versa, harvesting your grapes. I think the only issue with that is if you had a big field of grapes, big orchard, once you start getting sort of like 2-3 rows in, yeah, that pipe's not going to be there. So unless you went for like a smaller tractor that can get between the vines, I think you might struggle, especially with this big black beauty. I think you will have some problems. But yeah, just go for a small tractor, ones that are actually designed to be used in vines. Oh, that's ace. That's something different. I mean, sort of more multiplayer specific. That's ace. Then the last part of this grape harvesting shenanigans is this. The multi-row sprayer. Oh, this is awesome. I'll be an A to unfold it. Puts them out like that. And then you just line it up. So we'll go for the middle one. We should get 5 rows all at once. If I don't crash. Oh, we're in. We're in. That's alright. So get it at the start layer like that. So I've got it filled up with fertiliser. You can do herbicide as well if you wanted. I'll be an A. Turn it on. No, you've got to lower it. You'd lower it down. There you are. That's better. Turn it on like that. And then away you go. Fertilising your grapevines. And the best thing with this is because it's just fertiliser, you could use it on your olive groves as well if you wanted to. Obviously the harvesting part is just for your grapes, but you could use this on both. That's awesome. It's brilliant. I mean, normally you'd have to use, was it like the mercury spray or something like that, do at the most 2 rows at once. That, I reckon for me, it's got to be the best part of the pack, that is. That's awesome. I mean, just look at it. Oh, love it. And the last part of the pack is the 2340. This is going to be a windrower. This is awesome. 12 metre working width, 11 mile an hour working speed, 158 grand. That's quite expensive for a windrower. You've got the Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, or back to Trelleborg. Now, it only says it requires 150 horsepower, and I put my teeth in, although it does weigh 8.2 tonnes. So even though you might get away with a small tractor, yeah, go for a large one. It just makes it so much easier. But this is awesome. Now, I have mown this grass. It's just growing in between mowing and now. So, alright, going on. So we've got the Albion A on fold. There we are. So that's going to go, put the side bit out. Now, there's a self-propel version. I hope that comes in the future because that is ace. So we'll lower it down. We've also got the option, if you do R and left stick, you can chuck it out to the left, chuck it out to the right, whichever one you want to. So we'll turn it on, and away we go. There you are. It's doing a swap to the left at the minute. So if we just pull over there, and we do R and turn it to the right, it's then going to chuck it all out to the right. Why is it still chucking out to the left? Have it? I pressed the wrong button. There we are. That's better. Now it's going to chuck it all out to the right. That's ace. And if you wanted to obviously get to the end of the row, turn around and keep like the one great big swath going to the end of the field, just get to the end, switch out which side you're chucking it out to, and away you go. That is brilliant. I mean, it's just like scooping it up, chucking it all out. That's awesome. Oh, I love this. I'm not sure whether this is the best part of the pack or that grape sprayer. This is brilliant. So that's the Oxbo DLC for you. Now drop in the comments below which is your favourite piece out of, well, let's face it, 8 of them in this pack. Now for me it's these 2 on the end. Not quite sure which one's the best for me, but these pair are ace. This multi-row sprayer and that merger, that is brilliant. Now obviously this is part of a DLC, and if you want to pick it up, there's a link below if you're on PC. Click on that and it'll help the channel out at no extra cost, and it's also part of the year 2 season pass. So if you wanted to pick that up, there's going to be a link below for that as well. Click on it, no extra cost to you, helps the channel out. So drop in the comments below which is your favourite part of this pack, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, it's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.